This is my second time encountering this kind of infection on my farm. The first one happened somewhere 2022, but I didn't see this, so the veterinary visited and snapped it and sent it to me. And this time around 2024, July, I was on the farm when this thing started out. And it started as something very pinkish and looking small around the skin. And from there, it decided to develop into this. Usually this happens when I don't disinfect the pen, I don't sweep, I don't wash the pen, and I don't also wash the pigs for some time. That is where it happens. The first one that happened, as usual, I wasn't there, I was on campus. And the old lady didn't have time to do that. And that was why it happened to a group of the pigs. And this time around too, I didn't also do the disinfection for some time, about 2 months. And started developing in this one because she was very close to the entrance. And also, like I said, it's also it could also be as a result of the tsetse flies around the area. Because of late, I've been seeing these tsetse flies around the area, the farm. Sometimes the pigs are able to beat and kill the tsetse fly with their tail. By wagging the tail, they're able to hit the tsetse fly and it dies like that. And sometimes too, I use a broom to beat and kill it by myself. So they're always also on the farm, and I think me not disinfecting and don't also having access to the pigs, that is what is making this condition very prevalent currently in my area. And it's all due to the fact that recently a number of cattle have been moved to the area, and tsetse fly and cattle, so they're like 9 in 6, always moving together like that. So from there, they come close to my farm and then they also harm me like this. The headman of the cattle used to even bring the cattle too close to my farm to the extent that I've even warned him to not come that close again. Anyway, now let's talk about how the treatment is done. So first, I decided to disinfect by visiting the nearest veterinary shop. That is the district veterinary office. I asked the veterinarian there and I showed the pictures of what is happening to the pig. And he recommended a acaricide that you should use that one to wash the pig, as you saw me do in the video. I used that one to wash the pig and also disinfect the room as well as the walls of the pen to keep the place tidy. And when I did that, that was where the spot started becoming this sore, as you can see. So I decided to give antibiotics. That was the first one, was a pen strip. I gave pen strip to it, 3 ml of pen strip to the pig, and the spot started bursting into open wounds, as well as also now spraying back the acaricides into the surface. And once the surface is open like this, flies will start to come in. So the acaricide is able to drive away the flies. And on the third day, I applied this kind of dirty oil on the pig. I rubbed the skin and the entire skin of the pig with dirty oil. The fourth day, I went back and then gave a tetranol, which is also another antibiotic. And from there, this pig is doing fine. Nothing is happening to it again. But one thing also about this kind of infection is that it spreads very fast. So it's within a week, it happened to all the pigs except the pregnant ones. They didn't have any of them on their skin, but the rest of the pigs all had some spot on them like that. So it also called for antibiotic treatment. So I decided giving them antibiotics and then also disinfecting the entire farm to keep them also safe. So that is basically what happens. So anytime you see something like this, first of all, you know that you are not disinfecting your pen enough. So you go to the veterinary shop, get acaricide, mix it with the water, dilute it well with the recommendations they give to you, spray around the rooms. That is after you have cleaned the room, spray around it. And also, if you disinfect, especially what I did, I used a knapsack sprayer where I started spreading the water on the skin of the animal. You saw her picking some of the water. So if you don't dilute it well and the pig takes a lot of it into her system, it's also going to cause another issue, especially if she's even pregnant. So you need to also go by the recommended dilution. That is why you saw me after I did the treatment and also disinfecting, I started to spread some water on the floor again to dilute what is the excess one on the floor, so that the pig, even if she tastes them, nothing bad happens to her. So you need to also go by that. So anytime you see something like this, please don't get too afraid and thinking that it is African swine fever, which is very deadly. But this is just an infection caused by not disinfecting your pen. And also it's just ectoparasites. They are just on the skin. So if you wash their skin with the right disinfectants, like the acaricides I talked about, you can have your pen safe. So if you don't want to even suffer this regularly, you have to just disinfect, like fill your knapsack sprayer, spray around the farm and also in the rooms. After you have swept the rooms, just spray on the walls. It even helps to keep the flies away and no flies and no smell also in the pen for you. So just go by this and you have your pig safe. After you have spread the disinfectant and the wound starts opening this way, you can give the antibiotics. So after giving the antibiotics, it turns, they burst and then they turn into sour, which release some fluids. So the fluids here too, so with the antibiotics you give, it is also able to take care of the wounds and help her to heal faster. And also, if you have this kind of dirty oil around your farm, you can just use it to rub the skin of it. Before the dirty oil even dries out, or it even wipes out of the body, the skin is also clean one more time, and you have a very neat and healthy pig. So basically, that is what I did, and as you saw me, this is what happened when I left it in the care of one of my friends. When I left it in the care of a new person, and he was telling me that the head of your pig is getting rotten, run to the farm and see what is happening. So this is what I went there and I did. I got it, disinfected it, and now back to safety. We are moving. This is also one of the reasons why I always ask you to let a veterinarian come to your farm when you are starting your business in the first place, so that you establish a kind of friendship with them. Anytime you call them, they respond to you. This man I called, he was like very far from me, so coming there to treat a single animal in the initial phases was the problem. So he decided to give me the directions on what to do this, do this, do this. But in case I wanted to have treat the entire farm, that is where he would have come there to help me do it. So I gave him a call and he gave me the directions, and this was what I did, and the farm is safe again. So always having a veterinarian to work with is always the best. And not that after I treated and the thing got better, I relaxed. So after treating, I invited the veterinarian to come and do general inspection on the farm. So he came there, looked at them and said, okay, fine, it's getting better, everything's on point. And we move. One thing this veterinarian always tells me when we make a call is that, Francis, it's always good if you sell one animal and use it to treat the entire farm. It's always better than you trying to keep the animal and mismanage things. At the end of it, you lose that animal, the single animal, you lose it, and maybe you lose your entire farm. So spending money on the health of your animals is also a good investment you can do. Don't cut corners and try to get everything for free. Invite them, let them take you some money and treat the animals for you. Imagine this, as a result of this single pig, I relaxed and maybe the entire farm is collapsed. What good will I get out of this stinginess? So spend, keep your farm safe.